How's it going, everybody? This is the Stimulus Check Hub here to give you your daily stimulus check and unemployment benefits updates and the latest information. If you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. A like and a comment are always appreciated. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with your friends and family, because I'm sure they would also like the most up-to-date information on their stimulus checks and unemployment benefits available anywhere on YouTube, which is what I try to provide here on this channel.
It is so incredibly busy right now with so many different things going on and so many massive changes that continue happening. Now, if you've been watching the video for any length of time now, you know that we've been talking about all of these changes coming down, and you might be wondering, why is so much changing right now? Here's why, really briefly. So back in 2020, a lot of things were put into place because of the whole COVID situation. Well, that was through the entire year of 2020, 2021, and into 2022. Now that we're a little bit deeper into 2022, a lot of these things that were implemented over the last 2 years are starting to expire and starting to run out. At the same time, this is causing a lot of undesirable results. So that's also what I want to discuss in this video, because it may actually impact SNAP benefits. Yeah, great. Something else we've got to add to the list, right? I mean, seriously, what else could possibly happen right now? But anyway, I want to talk about this because this is something we certainly need to pay attention to going forward, as it may impact about 43 million beneficiaries of SNAP benefits. That's about how many people receive SNAP benefits on an ongoing basis every single month in the United States. A lot of people. It's about 13% of our population in this country, just if you wanted to know that. All right, so anyway, let's talk about what's going on and what may actually be coming here in the relatively near future. So it all comes down to the Public Health Emergency Declaration. Now again, fancy name, what does it all mean and why do we care? Here's why. Back on January 16th, the Health and Human Services Secretary actually extended out the Public Health Emergency Declaration out until April 15th. Great, so that means as of this recording right now, we are still within that time frame. Now again, do we know if it's going to be extended or not? We don't know that quite yet. We won't know that likely until we get into probably, I don't know, the first week or so of April to kind of reassess the situation, and at that time, they'll make their best judgment to determine, does the Public Health Emergency Declaration need to be extended once again, or can they let it expire? If they let it expire, then we need to pay attention very closely. Here's why. When they implemented the Public Health Emergency Declaration a couple years ago, it allowed the USDA to offer special permissions for different states and territories to start sending out emergency or supplemental SNAP benefits to millions of beneficiaries, which a lot of times translates into about an extra $100 per month on average. Again, it may be a little bit more, it may be a little bit less, but on average it's about an extra $100 of SNAP benefits going forward for millions and millions of people. However, this has to be implemented. These benefits can only go out in the event of that Public Health Emergency Declaration being in place. If that expires, guess what happens? There goes the extra supplemental income or the supplemental SNAP benefits on the EBT card. Now again, I just want to reiterate and make this very, very clear really quickly. This is just in reference to SNAP benefits. This has nothing to do with Social Security, nothing to do with SSI benefits, SSDI, none of those other benefits. So please don't worry about that. If you're somebody receiving those benefits, don't worry. Your benefits will continue as they always have. In general, by the way. This is just in reference to SNAP benefits, otherwise known as, like I said, food stamps, supplemental nutrition assistance program, food assistance, nutrition assistance. There's a lot of different names that these are given, but essentially it's all, the SNAP program. So basically what it comes down to at this time is we need to watch this very closely to see what the Health and Human Services Secretary actually decides to do, and the Biden administration going forward into that deadline of April 15th. Now, as of this recording, we do have a few weeks to go, but it's going to come fast, and especially for all those millions of families and individuals who are relying on this extra benefit right now as the supplemental SNAP benefit going out on a monthly basis. It may be kind of a bad situation if that benefit is no longer able to be sent out because, once again, the Public Health Emergency Declaration could possibly expire. Now, it's just like so many other benefits that we have out there right now. As we all know, well, as the saying goes, I should say, all good things must come to an end. Well, I don't think that's the truth with everything, but unfortunately, when it comes to some of these programs, sometimes these may actually be ending. Now, I would not be shocked one bit if they come out and they say, you know, we're trying to cancel this, or we're canceling this, and there's a massive uproar / millions of people are relying on this extra benefit. Let's just permanently implement this new raise. Now again, I don't know for sure if that's going to happen or not, but I would imagine, just like when the child tax credit payments ended at the end of last year, remember all that? Tons of people were coming out saying, I was starting to rely on these benefits, and now you pulled the rug out from under me. What is going on here? I don't like this. Not a good situation. In fact, we're still seeing a lot of things about those payments right now, actually. So anyway, I would anticipate it's going to be something very similar to that with these SNAP benefits. When you start getting something, you start to rely on those benefits, and then suddenly they come in and say, just kidding, yoink, and they take it all away. I mean, seriously? So anyway, especially during a time right now when all of these prices continue to rise so incredibly rapidly because of inflation. I mean, if you've been watching the channel for any length of time now, for how many months now have I been coming out in videos saying, oh, next month, these next 6 brands are going to raise their prices by 6%, 9%, 10%, 30% in some cases. Remember that? I mean, seriously, it is across the board on pretty much every item that you can think of. Prices are going up. If prices aren't going up, there's something wrong with the picture almost, right? I mean, seriously, we're almost like starting to scratch our heads now thinking, wait, the prices haven't gone up. What's wrong with this picture, right? We're almost like confused now if prices haven't gone up by 6, 10, 15, 30, or 50%, or even more than that in some instances, right? So anyway, it might be an interesting situation going into this to see, will they actually extend out the public health emergency declaration? If not, beyond April 15th, we may be in for a little bit of, I don't even know what to call it. I mean, seriously, we may be in for a little bit of a disappointment. I think that's a little bit too of a mild word to call this what it really is. I'm not even sure what kind of word to use right now. I'm just seriously saying, we gotta watch this closely. We can only anticipate and hope that when this time comes in early April, when we start to approach that deadline, hopefully the Biden administration will come out and the Secretary of Health and Human Services will come out once again as well and extend it out, therefore, out a little bit further, maybe, who knows, a few more months. Honestly, I don't really know, but it's something we'll need to watch. So anyway, want to let you know about this, and one quick side note. Also at that same time, as a result of this public health emergency declaration also ending, we could also potentially be looking at millions of beneficiaries of Medicaid potentially losing benefits at that same time. Now why? Because here's the thing. Over the last couple of years here, many millions of people, or honestly I'm not sure the real number, a lot of people have been applying for Medicaid services. According to the research that I've done, it looks like these applicants and the people have just been granted benefits, and none of them have been really verified or audited to make sure that they are qualified for the benefits. However, once this public health emergency declaration actually does expire, if that happens to be April 15th, they may also be pulling the rug out from a lot of people receiving Medicaid services as well. Not to be mistaken with Medicare, but rather Medicaid. Make sense? So again, these are not my words. Please don't be upset with me. I'm simply bringing you the information that I'm finding with the research. I know there's a lot of you here in the community receiving Social Security, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, maybe low income, maybe no income, these things like this. And I know that a lot of you here in the community are also receiving SNAP benefits as well as benefits from Medicaid. So something else we got to continue watching here.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. A like and a comment are always appreciated. Also, if you wouldn't mind sharing this with your friends and family, because I'm sure they would also like the most up-to-date information on their stimulus checks and unemployment benefits available anywhere on YouTube. Have a good one.